Okay, we are actually properly live now. Hooray! Good morning, Europe. It is a nice 6 a.m. on a Monday morning. Have been a bit late to my own stream by about probably 3-4 hours, but I don't really set time on these things, so I can't really say that I am late.
The tavern the Wish Envoy talked about.
I'm okay. I've been kinda... I don't know. I don't have a lot of things to do today, but for some reason my brain believes that we did. So I was feeling a bit overwhelmed, even though I literally have go streaming and go raiding on like my stuff to do. So I've been just really procrastinating. I am well enough, I would say. Just kind of tired, but that kind of happens. I just get times when I get tired. The last time we were here, we were like exploring a cave. I've undone a lot of the red notifications that you get upon every single time when you log in. Uh-oh, that looks like a boss arena. Yeah, it's normally like, Mondays are my day off, so I do whatever the heck I want on Mondays. I don't do tarot readings, I don't do any kind of recording. Streaming is kind of voluntary, aka I stream because I wanna stream. And raiding's also kind of voluntary, because it's sign-up basis, so I just show up when I wanna spend good time with other people. So I thought I'm gonna sign up for both today, well, streaming and raiding, but then my brain was like, no, we have so much stuff to do. At least Boldy is really easy to handle. He has really big balls, so I am very confused why he's disconnecting them from his body and just throwing them at me. It seems kind of wasteful, if you ask me. Hey! I like how people like go to a cave, and I did, and I found like a giant sentient boulder, and I'm like, yep, this is fine. This is normal. It's mine now. Thank you. I'll take this giant sentient boulder outfit thing, and I'll make it eventually. I'm in no rush at the moment. Maybe it's because Emanon commented first today. Well, you know, I'm self-employed in gig economy, so I don't earn even the minimum wage, so... Can it be called a job? That is cute. Also terrifying, also cute.
Thank you. My name is Fluffy Welts Dodo Bear. I'm a PC. But you can call me Miss Dodo Bear.
Can you imagine actually naming yourself that seriously?
Hello, Miss Dodo Bear. Are you a ghost?
Nikki's just going with it completely fine, and she's even prepared for this creature to be an actual ghost.
You're definitely not from around here. PCs are born from clothes that have been soaked with strong wishes. We're descendants of the Wishing One.
Hello? Protox, and I totally get you, I'm feeling tired. So... I came up with a poem? What?
Here's a poem for you.
Nikki is so random. I wish I knew how her brain works, and why she's so chill about these things.
What?
Cloth blessed where wishes rest, a fairy rises from the dress. Dare not call it ghost unless in jest. Dress, wish, boom, PC.
You meet sentient clothing. You ask them if they're a ghost. They're like, I'm not a ghost. And then you're like, I got a poem for you.
Cut it out.
I'm sorry.
Enough already. I need to get going. With every fiber of my being, I want to leave.
I think we weirded out the bear.
In return for your help, I want to give you something.
The
But not
floating
here.
sentient
Not now.
clothing
When
bear.
the time is right, come to the bridge near the Meadow Activity Support Center.
Miss Dodo Bear.
She's so mysterious.
Aw, at the very least, Momo looks so cute with his little hat.
Next time we'll ask some questions.
For now, let's keep looking for the ledger.
Oh, and there is something that I want to show you all. So, when you completely ignore permanent banners, and you're just turning everything that you get from the main story into resonite crystals because you're only like, well, when you ignore limited banners, you only allow yourself to pull on the permanent one. I feel so rich. Due to my own self-imposed rules in this game, I suddenly feel so rich. I'm like, yeah, sure, we're gonna have enough for one dress in this whole playthrough. It's gonna be awesome.
This must be the ledger. Sales records, finances, credit lists, quick wishing for dummies. I found it.
I like how quick wishing for dummies is a category.
Let's see what it say.
It says here, when a wish made with the quick wish bottle is fulfilled, the wishmaker will awaken. So that means, to wake Nanoi's mother, we need to fulfill her wish.
So as long as people don't wish for very hard to achieve things or things that can't be quite quantified, that's good. But if they do, haha.
Does it say anything about the prophet?
I don't think so. Let's head back and find Nanoi. We can tell her the good news. I'm worried, though.
What's wrong, Nikki?
Nothing. We'll talk about it when we see Nanoi.
Well, I'm worried about what Nanoi's mom's wish was. Ooh, god damn it. Thank you so much for $5. One of the things, though, is that I am using browser's dark mode. And the bright green makes it almost impossible to see. And that's completely my own fault, because my Chrome browser is in black and white mode. I love it that way. It's so dark. It's so nice. Also, they're selecting new Infinity Nikki creators. I've applied for it, but I have a very bad feeling that they're entirely gonna reject me or just ignore my existence. Especially considering that you have to fill an application form. And there's like all ages between 18 and 29. And then the last one is just 30 plus. And I'm like, does Infinity Nikki think that I'm too old to be here? Because I'm feeling like I'm too old to be here. Yeah, I kinda... it would be fun, like, because the only thing that is really is that they compensate you a little bit for making videos, and I'm already making that much videos anyway. And as far as I know, people aren't, like, penalized for having opinions, considering that a lot of previous creators really spoke out against the game in 1.5. The only issue with that creators program and why a lot of creators quit is because people expect creators to have a direct line to developers, and that's never how it is. It's normally just like a glorified we pay you for videos sort of thing. But, you know, you can pay me in socks or in hard candy. I would still take it because it's just a little bit extra to what I'm already doing anyway. But anyway, I might be a bit too old, so we're gonna see. Plus, I have a fairly controversial channel. For one thing, did you know that if you watch any of my videos, any other of my videos can get recommended to you? So I actually ended up with a guy inside my guild getting my videos on god spousing recommended of all things. And the last time I was with my friends, they were quite grilling me over that, but I too carry quite a lot of their secrets, so the grilling is mutual and not bad intentioned. Just a funny little coinky dink. I don't know how like a very staunchly Christian person would react to that. I feel like I might scare some people, like I'm here just like expanding the devil's propaganda through such tools as Infinity Nikki. Ruins in their current state are even more magnificent than when they were whole. In a way, they are more complete now, holding stories both triumphant and tragic. Since we're here, why not take the time to fully appreciate the stories these ruins have to tell? I have expected her to have like some sort of quest, but no, she's just standing around here randomly admiring the ruins like a real person would. How dare? Ah yes.
The wind is picking up.
Real Luciferians influence people in very unexpected ways.
I'm not worried at all.
You meet them in Infinity Nikki, and then your life goes wherever it goes, presumably, considering that other people's spiritual opinions should not really have much bearing on your own real life living. There is a big cube in here, and it's glowing, so it's mine. I think this one's not gonna be too bad, presumably. I think you just kinda collapse the cube on here. I mean, my own weight will also weigh it down, but that reset box button is gonna be... Oh, wait, it can just hop. No, it's fine. I thought I would need to, like, reset the box at the right time. Because I expected the box to... I expected us to need this elevator to transport the ball, but that wasn't the case. Come on, here we go. Sometimes me jumpy gets a bit stuck.
A rainy day is perfect for picking rainy orchids.
I don't know how YouTube ranks commenters, but everybody gets like a little crown hash 1, 2, or 3. And Peony is 3 now. Well, you're 2. Like, I don't know how YouTube even decides that, but that's what it has been decided. Submit a complaint to YouTube. They're like, you're getting our orders wrong. Out there. Ooh, chest. I'm getting all the glowy balls as well. Little dews of inspiration, then we'll be able to just go and force feed it to Kilo, which will be fun. I also like how the game has decided to start a whole bunch of quests for permanent additions into this game after the main story has finished. So I have one to go to the new Dunking Island, and I have one to go to Firework Island. I've decided that we're doing that after we finish the main story. Plus, we want Dunking Island to give a tiny bit of time for it to settle down, because we're only doing things that are not temporary. I would really dislike it if I accidentally touch something that is temporary. So on purpose, we're not doing that. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this one is... I like the sleeves also because they're very long, I would say. Sometimes when I don't want them, I kind of wrap them up, but this is one of my older dresses, so it's really wearing down by this point, and by that I mean is that the fabric that was already quite thin is getting thinner by the wash, so I fully expect it to go see-through at some point. It's a bit dangerous. I have like really long sleeves on a lot of things. The Asian clothes design kind of appeals to me. We can stare at the limited banners just so that I can explain what I mean. I think this one would also have it. Yeah, see how their sleeves are like very spacey. Have a lot of spacey in the sleeves. Apparently also if you want ventilation you would take a fan, like a handheld fan, and you would fan the sleeve. Because the air would travel all the way up to, well, the top of your body, and it's actually quite nice and cooling. So those sleeves are also very functional. And some of those sleeves were used as inbuilt pockets. So like, if the sleeve has a lot of hanging material here but it's stitched up, it was because you could use it to transport things, which is also quite cool. Ooh! We're a bit early for Stonewall, so we're just gonna collect the teleporter and just head back. Now, mind you, the game has issued me with a bicycle, but if I bicycled from place to place, I would actually entirely miss any opportunity to find anything that I haven't discovered yet, which is not great. This is a mini game, man. I don't know what this game is, but I'm sure I don't need rules and can figure it out on the go. Let's go with it. Yeah, seems self-explanatory. Hit those areas, presumably. Without probably hitting anywhere else. It is hard to remember on the go. Potentially it is that bright. Normally when it is green, I would need the list of my rocks because I don't store that information in memory. I feel like such a robot because I'm like, I stored it on a piece of... It's aventurine, there we go. No, danburite would be white. This is green. I like aventurine. Anyway, my kitty cat would like out of the room, so I'm gonna provide him with an exit. Immediately got a replacement cat, but that's fine. Replacement cat can sit here and here. Yeah, it is the new account. It is the no FOMO account. We don't engage in any limited content whatsoever. No collectibles, no free outfits, no... I suppose if free outfits came out that didn't require you to like fill in the gauge in order to claim items for it, I would probably end up having them on the account, but the idea is we're not seeking that. And as such, don't tell me that now you want out. Really? Cat exchange number 2. Hey, baby. My second cat doesn't know what she wants or where she wants to go. So, currently, she's going nowhere. She's just standing there in the corridor. Which is not any of my business. Wait, there's one more? Oh, there's several more of you. Not anymore! It is a good question. It would be hard. Eventually it would become possible if you were aiming for that. But one of the levels for a free-to-play relies heavily on items that were available in either patch 1.2 or 1.6. So, if you join the game at 1.7, there is absolutely no chance that you're actually completing the full Mirror Crown this time around. But at the same time, because it actually requires you to have all the nodes for all of like the boosts and a lot of glow-ups, you're probably not completing the full Mirror Crown for a couple of months anyway. Like, it's probably something that you would work up to it. That being said, the current Mirror Crown, despite all of the Ling Lang tags, is possible for free-to-plays. I have, like, no sets on my main account from... What? Sorry, I was not paying attention. So now I'm like... Cubes? Okay, I think we want to get the ball from there to presumably there. So we want it to cascade. Potentially. Is this enough of a... It probably isn't, right? We can feed another one. But yeah, it's doable for free-to-play players, but you absolutely would need all the nodes. And one of the levels requires a outfit from a different patch. And you also would have wanted to go into this patch with glow-up materials pre-prepared, which I did. I have nearly the full Mirror Crown on my main account right now. I'm still missing the fully glown-up sexy outfit, but I have collected the one that's from like the special missions, and I'm in the process of glowing it up, so it's gonna be fine. I'm just not there yet. Hey, we did it! Even when my brain was like, nope, we're not braining today. You can climb this bridge on the side, if I remember correctly. Yeah! Whoop, whoop. I mean, that's the state of my brain. Except that it's because my brain was all like, let's just enter that state where you're mostly feeling tired for no reason. We're gonna be here for a while, so like, enjoy a bit of brain fog. You weren't using it anyway, right? You can function on a bit more dumb. And I'm like, yeah, I'm surprisingly good at functioning on a bit more dumb. I think I learned how to cover that up over time. This is... Huh. This is from 1.7, I think. At 18, I truly believed I would become a legend of Floral Wish. Now at 35, I've accomplished nothing, only witnessed legends being born. Of course, I'm still endlessly grateful to the savior who roused our town from its stagnant gloom. But after hearing of her encounter with the Blue Tears, I couldn't help but wonder if I should venture into the Serpentine ruins too. Surely even mediocre people like me deserve one fleeting chance to leave their mark. At some time past 30, I began to loathe the Blue Stars. Their proximity always dredged up the list of my failures, spilling from my eyes unbidden. Yet the townsfolk were wrong. This year's shadows were particularly vivid. Watching them, I felt an indescribable sorrow, which was both profound and alien. Could lost souls still linger here? So, with this in mind, I made my wish. I decided to yield this flesh and let some glorious spirit reclaim my name and make it magnificent again. Then came an eerie wind. Was this destiny summoning me? I surrendered to the grief. Though startled to find my limbs still obedient, I sensed at least half my mind had turned blue. Then inspiration gushed forth like tears. I rushed to mail my precious designs to renowned brands in Cecia, only to receive the usual regrettably and unfortunately. Have classic works no place in this era? I tore open one reply, desperate for an answer. Your work palpably mourns the past, with stitches steeped in that blue longing. Coincidentally, we've been captivated by the stories of Wishfield's blue tears. Might we ask if those tears resurrected your youth, birthing this masterpiece of personal history? It wasn't another rejection? I found my kindred spirits. This was my magnum opus, forged from the surging sorrow. The blue tears merely ignited the prologue of my legend. However, we're hesitant to adopt your designs. Our brand caters to the young. Even our team lacks seasoned perspectives. The young may struggle to appreciate nostalgia for lost springs. Back to the Serpentine Ruins, then. If fate pities me, I'll gladly turn entirely blue and stand among the shadows for centuries. Wouldn't that make me legendary in the end? I wonder if the world had significantly less people, the desire to be legendary would feel more reachable. I'm asking because this world is not as populated as ours. You would assume that it is a lot more sparse and that this person grew up with, what, maybe 200, 300 other villagers in total? So, standing out do not feel like such a impossible task. Like, if somebody today, if their honest desire at like 8 was to become legendary and to practically enter the history books, the logical answer is you might wanna be a bit more realistic about life, because that is very unlikely to happen. Very few people ever end up in history books. But I wonder if you were in a place that had a lot less people in comparison, would you be like, yeah, that's feasible. That's a realistic desire to have. Furthermore, when it comes to art and like clothes making, majority of artists of their time were not appreciated at their time and were very, very, very poor. So if you're like, I want to go down the history books, and you receive like almost godly inspiration, it doesn't mean that it's gonna be popular or respected, but like 50 years from now, if you made that, people might be like, oh yeah, that's entirely part of fashion design, because those designs were just so unusual and it helped to spark something entirely else. So honestly, their wish might have even been entirely fulfilled, but because they're not gonna pursue it unless they receive a favorable response from like a big brand or design studio, they might not live up to their own expectation entirely by their own choosing. I am normally expecting to find... Oh, there we go. I'm like, if I jumped up into the air, like I just don't care, then there's probably something around me, around for me to collect. I'm just gonna leave this one alone because we have already read a stylist blog. One stylist blog for today. Though I do love it how when patches end, parts of patches still remain. So, like, I know which patch it's from. But I also know that the content for that patch is just no longer there. I remember there being a star in this direction. Momo has told me as such. There we go. It's there. Hello, Jazzy! And yes. Yeah, I think that when you get a bit, like, too... I don't know, visible? Too appreciated, too famous. You'll find that, like, a lot of people are following your every breath and have a lot more opinions about, like, fairly benign things. And that in itself is probably really suffocating. Like... If you're born British royalty, for example, that life, you definitely wouldn't need to worry about, like, wealth, and everything would be provided for you. But the amount of junk articles that I get to read about, like, the most banal things, like, this 10-year-old child has reused the same dress twice. What does that say about their wardrobe? And it's like, they're a 10-year-old child, though. What is there to infer meaning of? But, like, everything from, like, the way that you walk, to the way that you held your hands at this event, to what hat you have decided to put on, to who did you stand next to, is getting, like, overanalyzed. It would probably be like such a paranoia-inducing life where you really end up punishing yourself over like the tiniest, most minuscule things. Like, I brought huge dishonor for my family by just, I don't know, breathing in the wrong way and the journalists have noticed. Yeah, it is practically this person, they ate a muffin today. What does that tell us about the muffin making industry? Is that the right choice of food for their particular thing? Anyway, their little heel is about 1 gram overweight. What do we think about that, people? And it's like, it's such an empty chatter that matters not at all, but like, if this is how you live, like, this is what you're born into, it is the chatter that you kind of have to experience and satisfy, and that's... No! God damn it! Okay, so when the ball rolls in here, I need to jump up so that I am not pressing down. Hello, ball! Goodbye, ball. You do your thing? You did your thing! Congratulations, ball! What a good ball you are. Well done! Well done, ball. Ah, yes. They ate that muffin. Must be the most wonderful muffin in the world. Or, I have strong opinions about the muffin that they ate. The muffin shop should be attacked now, and like... You involve every single person that you ever bought anything from, and that just... that wouldn't feel right. Well, it was a very good ball. It rolled exactly where I needed it to go. That is so wonderful of the ball to do. Like, isn't it great when all your balls just go the right way? Mind you, rare thing to experience outside like video games, unless, I don't know, you're gambling in the casino or something, or playing billiard. I don't know how often you would use the sentence of, my balls went the right way. The other lenses don't have pupils? Huh? I looked at them and I looked at the snake eyes and they looked very similar to me. The dragon eyes, apparently instead of pupils they have like a tiny dragon. But for my main account I'm aiming for slit eyes now, I guess. I used to like use very bright yellow or very just kinda slightly spooky red that are available in the general game. What can I craft, by the way? I know that I won't be able to craft a lot. Because we weren't really focused on collecting materials, so we'll be able to craft at least something. Because they want us to take a picture in front of the gazebo. So I thought if we're gonna do that, then what kind of ball do I need this for? Energy. If we find the crow, we should pet it. And that's energy as well. I'm not really using my energy at the moment. Ha ha ha. So I can, if I identify what materials we need for these things, if it's just like a very specific thing that we can access, I can like actually spend it on getting that energy and doing the craft. Because it's a new episode and we are gonna be taking a picture. We should probably change what we look like. We do have options. The options aren't exactly infinite, but we do have options. Oh my, that's... Should I try and base the outfit on the guard's resolve or on Orange Rebel? One is very militaristic and one is very... yeah. Yes, it's very, definitely very appropriate. The thing is we have quite a lot of pants as well, and it's funny because if we wear this, then you can't even tell that that's what we're wearing. I do think that it kind of goes with a high-waisted pant, but any high-waisted pant that doesn't look official. So this one, for example, looks very, I don't know, soldiery. That is not the right kind of boot for this. Maybe? No. That's another maybe. Ooh. Ooh, yeah, this would do the thing that needs doing. I don't actually know how it looks in the overworld. We might want to actually use some dye prisms to change it a little bit. I wish I had like a shawl or something to put... Like, this one almost works, but I'm not sure. Like, I wish I could give her a bit of sleeve. Is what I mean. Then, of course, we have every hat in the world, which at the moment is 9 hats entirely. Which is not every hat in this world. This world actually has a large percent of hats. But we have some percentage of every hat in the world, so there's that. Maybe not a Brett. This one is kinda... It's kinda funky, we can go with that. We will change her haircut as well, because Nikki carries a million wigs with her. I feel like every single decoration that I put on her changes the feel of the outfit. So now it went from being like very, I don't know, standoffish, militaristic, and kinda punky to an entirely different vibe because I went with the headband. I feel like I overused these glasses, but these are very good glasses. I want to see what we have when it comes to Nikki hair that we can just put on her head. Presumably, that is where hair goes. It's funny because I feel like some haircuts are not Nikki. Mainly because I don't know how I class what is Nikki. But it's almost... I want it to be pink, or I want it to be sweet. And I don't know why I go through that thinking. So this haircut and this haircut would both work, I think. I'll go with this one. I want to see those boots in Overworld. It's not exactly the right kind of green, but it sort of works. I don't know! I don't know how YouTube counts what is and isn't and works and doesn't work. Let's get rid of those butterflies. We want to pose far enough where the whole gazebo would be in the shot, because that way
Nikki, the water's getting too deep for
the
me.
game will count
Let's head back.
that we're doing a gazebo shot. Just what I need. Which is quite... God damn! No! I didn't press the... Stop it. Stop it, game. I didn't press the button. Maybe it's the other side of the gazebo? I remember that... Yeah, see, Swan Gazebo. That whole thing pops up. And that makes for a photo spot. I think it's from here. It gives us the little thingies to upgrade our camera with. So we do want to do it. Like, this is how far out you have to be in order to see the gazebo. Nikki, so you're gonna have to run forward, or else the game will be weirded out by lack of gazebo in the gazebo shot. This is far enough. Yeah, now we have a clear view of the gazebo. And we have some poses. So there's some things that we can do. A lot of people can be like very funny in the kind of things that they do. If I angled this right. This will do, I think. We can look overly pink with the lighting. Let's maybe get a Momo in here. Let's have the Momo just stand in the distance. And be very just nonchalant about this, I guess. There we go. It looks like we're gently caressing the gazebo, sorta, and that's kinda weird, so that's gonna be the picture that I'm forever keeping. Yeah, he's just kinda there. It's just, he's present with just like stone-faced of why are you posing in here? Why aren't we going? We have places to be. What? What is it? Do you want out now? Is that what the kitties are gonna do today? No? No, you just wanted attention? I'm not eating the last of the chicken right now. Sorry. So, that's... It's only one button. That is for launching the ball. Is this a race? Ahaha. I got there just in time. Yeah, that one was easy to solve. Thank you. He is a very cool cat. Yeah, it is Jojo. And I was eating chicken today. Chicken mash with Brussels sprouts. I forget what the round green things were. And I had 3 legs of chicken and I still have 1 leg of chicken remaining. But the moment he saw chicken, he just went crazy. Like, he didn't want to let me eat it. It was like, no, give me the chicken now. So, like, he got the bones to the 2 legs that I did eat after I finished with my part of food. But then he was all like, I know that you have another one and I'm bored with my bones by this point. Ooh, hello. Why can't I find it? Hi there. Looking for something? Oh no, not at all. Just deep in thought over a tricky forced perspective shot. Forced perspectives? Are you in the photography club too? More like a hobbyist, but since you know the ropes, it makes this much simpler to explain. Hey, I'm Kiwara, a photographer, the one behind the lens for the Fishing Association's photo ops. All these pictures on the wall, they're my doing. I've recently got hooked on forced perspective photography and I'm itching to join the club. But Janona at the head got me on a bit of a photo challenge first. They say the spot is for getting the long-eared bunny pic. But I've been here for a while trying to get it right, no luck yet. Long-eared bunny? That does sound fun. Why don't we figure it out together? That would be amazing. The long-eared bunny has got to be nearby. I'm counting on you, miss. It's this one. It's this round thing. I will want to hide both Nikki and Momo. And you want it to connect. There we go. That actually looks decent. Nice. How many hours did this take you, honey? Because I've done it quite fast. Aren't those the ore on the wall and the life buoy on the railing? So you can create forced perspective photos with the right angle and positioning. I get it now. Thanks for the inspiration. Please accept these as my thanks. These are other forced perspective photography fans in Floorwish and Breezy Meadow. You can exchange tips with them if you're interested. Forced perspective photos are so fun. I can't wait to take on more challenges. See you. I feel like I should be better at voice acting these people because I'm voice acting them in a very flat monotone. Oh, right. That's all the other quests that we just got. I was like, why am I getting a whole bunch of quests? What, where? Light up the bridge lamps? What do you mean? Art of the Roaming Fish, Wishfield Special Edition. Preface. If one were to name an area in Mirrorland renowned for its diverse and pristine fish ecology, Wishfield, adjacent to Umbraso and located within the Heartcraft Kingdom, would surely get a mention. Silken Lake, situated quietly on the southern edge of Wishfield, supports a variety of fish species. Among them are the common bowfish, the brushies, as well as the whiskerfish and the ribbon eels, which are unique to the waters of Breezy Meadow. These fish, with their varied postures, provide abundant inspiration for the stylists of Wishfield. When it comes to Silken Lake, the ribbon eel deserves a special mention. With its slender and delicate figure, it swims in the clear lake like a ribbon floating on the hem of a skirt. Their elegant dorsal fins and luminescent scales serve as a reference for many dress stylists. By studying the swimming curve of the ribbon eel, stylists have garnered valuable insights into the curvature and arrangement of folds and skirt hems. Using slightly transparent fabric allows the skirt to better capture and reflect the elegance and charm of the ribbon eel. The art of the Wishfield fish now begins. Follow the author's steps and preface the ingenious nature designs of the fish here. I half expected that to give me a sewing pattern because it felt like it would. Anyway, I'm stealing your fur and I'm on my way now. You are not a quest NPC, you just kinda look like it. Kitty cat! Do you wanna go play? Yeah. Another cat that just left the corridor and went, eh? What am I doing to the clock? Oh! I suppose it's called hanging out with people? Okay, we still have a star in sorta that direction. Sorta this direction. I may as well track it. I'm nearly back at the quest location, folks. But you see, this is why I don't ride a bike. There's quite a lot of things that I found in my first playthrough by just running through the area over and over and over again. No, I fell. This is 2 down. I feel like I remember this one being on the wall for some reason. I might be incorrect. Is it underneath here? We're looking for something that looks like a star. In any way, shape, or form that we could click on. And then the game goes, yay, you found it! And then it gives you the thingy. The level up material. Okay. Sea of Stars just messaged me with, hey Dum Dum. If you struggle this badly, you can do these co-op. Which is like, yeah, cool, but I'm not about to try and summon people because I can't see stars. I don't want a co-op game. That one is new, by the way. It came out with the recent update that the game is now going, hey Dum Dum. If you're struggling, you can do these with other people, don't you know? It has to be somewhere, right? Oh. Okay. It was pretty big and obvious. That the game called me a dum-dum. For all the right reasons. Because it's like... Hey! If you're really struggling with this... You can get help, you know? And I'm like, I feel like if any person would have come in here, all they would need to do is like point. Can I like break into your house? Oh yeah, I can. Let me just undo your security. Oh, you have automatic lights that come on whenever people are in. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm gonna take your star. And Nikki doesn't know how to close doors, so I'm just gonna put this here and pretend that it's not suspicious at all, and now we can move on with our lives. The game is like, hey, if you're struggling with this, did you know? Did you know that you could have instead been playing co-op with other people? And it's like, let me do it. I'm smart enough, I swear. Give me enough time and I'll do it. You probably have a side quest. I have just decided I don't actually want to engage in it. Oh. Ooh. Swing picture. Okay, it's recognizing that this is a swing, which is perfect. I feel like the swing things are kind of lacking in variety. We could make it very dramatic, though. I feel like a lot of these are not really doing much. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Welcome to modern cinematography, where it's so dramatic that you actually can't see anything. What if I will add some contrast to this. I think there's also a slider for this, for intensity. This is a swing by the path. Yes. I have found the swing by the path. That is precisely where I am right now. I mean, if you need to sleep, go sleep. How do I just reset this? I suppose just by dragging everything to 50% again? Let's do exposure to normal. Let's do contrast to normal. Saturation on normal is really goddamn saturated. Yeah, this is about 50%. Let's get up. We took a picture in pitch black. It was definitely, the swings were definitely in there.
When I turn around, I always see Momo standing.
Oh, I'm so sorry for all the people suffering from insomnia. I have an inverted sleep schedule, so if I can't fall asleep, that means that it's 4 PM in here. Which sounds really weird. I'm gonna be trying to get up early on Wednesday. because the new Infinity Nikki quests will be unlocking about 8 p.m. my time. So I'm like, if I get up at 10, I can start recording at 10. Which probably means that the next episode of looking at the next half of the 1.8 patch, you're gonna get straight out of bed Mirta, which I don't know how that's gonna go. Because my idea is to do the patch, record it, render it, and upload it all on the same day, which will be quite something. But I trust that we have already done quite the amount of the patch. So there's probably less of it remaining compared to the amount of recording that I've done the last time. Well, normally I'm like prepared and, you know, looking nice and stuff. If I want to go up, do I go through the giant hole in here or do I go somewhere else? I think the giant hole could work. The coffee keeps me awake, and then Peony is just here like, that's just a social construct. Embrace the coffee before bed. Aw, thank you. I found another shorts. There is like a pair of floating doohickeys somewhere around here. Because, oh, I see them. Because I did glimpse them, and then I lost them. Come here, floating doohickeys. I want you. That's more floating doohickeys. This is... Does this go anywhere good? Well, yes. It goes to a chest. We like that. We appreciate that chest life. I could list so many things. The newest thing is that my cheeks relocated from like starting all the way up here when I was younger. And now my skin has stretched and it actually is below my cheekbones because my cheekbones start here. But all of this flesh went like from here to just like bleh. So I'm like, oh no, my face is hanging. Eventually, when I get old, I will look like one of those dogs that just have like a lot of skin over here, like bleh. It also doesn't help that a lot of women creators that I appreciate do actually come out and admit to doing plastic surgery and Botox. And I'm like, that means that the image that I have in my mind of what a person that's in their 30s or 40s is supposed to look like is warped. Like, I see signs of aging on myself, and then I go, I must be aging badly. But the people that I'm comparing myself to have been doing plastic surgery. And the thing is, they do that because they look at other people that have done plastic surgery, compare themselves to them, and they feel bad. So it's kind of like a virus that never stops spreading. So not only am I poor, I'm just really determined to embrace the flow of time and never like get any unnecessary surgery or procedure, which includes injecting poisonous paralytics into your skin in order to stop your muscles from working, in order to have your skin lay better. That doesn't... that's worse in long term than not doing that, but for some reason, people just kinda entirely fully embrace it. And that's just really wild to me. Aw, thank you. I think I have that perspective because I know what I looked like when I was 20. And that's what my husband also told me. Like, he said, you know how you look like. Other people don't know how you look like, and they're not noticing it.
Nikki, you're back.
I don't think that you said that you're back, but okay.
Oh, great. Perfect timing. Nanoi was gonna rescue you by crashing the Grand Crane into the cave. Good thing she's still repairing it.
We're fine. We got the ledger. And it even explains how to wake up someone who used a Quick Wish bottle.
What did it say?
We must fulfill the wish of the person who used it.
My mother's wish. I know where to find her Quick Wish bottle. It should be down in the crane room.
Oh, fuck yes, we get to go to the Dream Warehouse. It's a fun area.
Warehouse. Is that the storage area where you keep the wishes?
That's right. Look, that's the Dream Warehouse over there. Whoa, it looks really old.
It also looks really tall.
For more than a millennium, it's been standing here. Inside it is stored every single wish.
How long is a millennium?
Ever since.
It's not a million years,
people viewed it
right?
as the place where wishes sleep, so they called it the Dream Warehouse.
It's a beautiful name.
I agree. It really is. I can still remember the first day I became an intern keeper, when my mother first brought me here. I was so happy then. Inside were millions of wish bottles and wish cards, more than there are stars in the sky. There's a room with countless paper cranes. They fly around, circling the original Grand Crane. Whenever I'm sad, I can lift my spirits just by thinking about it. My mother said,
That is a very sturdy building if it's 1,000 years old.
We must treat them with the utmost care to preserve them forever.
Nanoi?
What is it, Nikki?
I'm sorry, but what if your mother's wish is for you to stop looking for your past?
Nikki, maybe don't discuss the possible
about
things
It might be.
before you know for sure. Like, don't think about the worst case scenario.
The Dream Warehouse? I've made up my mind. The Wish Envoy, or rather the Prophet, believed he had me cornered. He's forcing me to choose between my mother's wish and my own.
But that's not really a choice. The Prophet set all this up. If you follow his lead, you're playing into his hand.
You're right. From deep inside each person, every wish is born, finding its place. The same goes for me and my path.
Nanoi.
I want to be a better Dream Warehouse keeper. To be as brave as you, Nikki. Maybe one day, the shadow hanging over this place will lift on its own. At that time, my background will no longer be a mystery. It's okay. I'll be fine. Dorota, take Nikki and Momo to the main entrance. I'll fix the Grand Crane and find you. Here's the key. Okay. Come on. Let's go!
She kind of made up her mind to do whatever's necessary to just have her mother here, and that's really beautiful. To continue the discussion on the whole... I will look at Toker's message later. Please, Toker, I'm a bit busy right now. To continue the whole talk about looks, what I think really doesn't help is that women are made to feel like they have peaked when they're 16. Where in reality, that's not really even adulthood yet. While you will find a lot of male role models, especially older male role models, and their appearance will be commented like they're aging like fine wine. And like, they're just better and better every single decade that they live on. But with women, like, majority of actresses that will be hired will be very young. A lot of them will have, like, forced procedures done on them. A lot of them will also be kind of kept in starvation mode to have this kind of not a fully aged figure. It's the same for supermodels. Supermodels tend to be very young and very thin to a point where they don't have curves, they don't really have proper breasts, ass, or belly. They don't look like grown people. They look like very young teen girls that had their development interrupted through severe dieting, because that is what it is. So when you pass like the age of 20, and it happens to people at different times, some people get it earlier than others, you suddenly get like your more adult figure, and it continues shifting, especially if you have children, but even without children it continues shifting. You feel kind of penalized that you don't look like you're 16 anymore. Which makes absolutely no sense, because of course you don't look like you're 16 anymore. You're not 16. So a lot of women end up with a lot of problems around self-esteem, around aging, around their own figure. The kind of problems that in a lot of ways are kind of... Men do get them, but they don't get them as badly, because while very unhealthy muscle standards are also advertised, you get a lot of like older actors in movies, a lot of actors with dad bod. They're allowed a lot more age and body variety that women are often denied.
Nikki, this is the Dream Warehouse's main entrance. Unfortunately, it's been broken for many years.
Huh? Can we fix it?
Not even Nanoi can fix it. It's beyond repair. Many years ago, there was a great and terrible war. All of Wishfield was affected. The Dream Warehouse's entrance was damaged. Ever since then, repairing it's been a nightmare. The Dream Warehouse keepers ride on the Grand Crane. They use the rooftop entrance.
That's okay. With my floating ability, I can get there.
I was just there earlier, but you decided to make me come down in order to tell me that.
I'll unlock the entrance. Then head to the depths of the warehouse and find me in the crane room.
Another thing is that because I made the conscious decision to record myself with camera and to interact with everybody with my own image, another thing that happens is that you start feeling like you're a bit part of the product, so to say. So you're like, oh no, what if people don't like me as time progresses and I change? And my own personal experience tells me that that ain't so. What I actually found from internet strangers is that a lot of people value creators for who they are. They're very nice, and they don't care about that, but a lot of creators become very self-conscious regardless. Because they just feel like that's the norm, and it's like the world actually judges you a lot less than you think it does, if that makes sense. Yeah, I know, and you're a very sweet individual. So that's like part of my determination to never have any work done. Like, I had this channel since I was, what, 15, 16? So like, you can see me through the time, and even though this is like not a big channel, I'm just like determined to keep that going. So like, at the very least, if eventually somebody finds this, what you will see is the human. Not just like very retouched and changed human. Dream Warehouse Management Pact. In the presence of the Wishing One, this contract is entered into by one human representative, Dream Warehouse Keeper, and the representative of the Favish Sprites, the Wishmaster. And now, who had that song, Wishmaster? Was it Nightwish? Because that's kind of playing in my head now. Article 1. Feywish sprites. The Feywish sprites may enter any room in the Dream Warehouse at any time. The Feywish sprites shall have the right to take the wishing orb, but shall not take any wishing items. If under special circumstances the Feywish sprites need to take the wishing item, they shall obtain the keeper's permission beforehand. The Feywish sprites may not hand over the wishing orb to other third-party organizations or powers, nor maliciously damage the wishing orb. The Feywish sprites shall have the duty to inform the wishing one of the human's wishes and fulfill their responsibilities as the descendants. Annulled. Well, the god's kinda dead, so... Article 2. Humans. Humans may not enter the Dream Warehouse without the permission of the Keeper. Humans shall have the right to store wishing items and wishes in the Dream Warehouse, but this shall be executed by the Keeper of the Dream Warehouse. Humans shall have the right to retrieve the wishing items at any time, but this shall be executed by the Keeper of the Dream Warehouse. Humans must comply with the management regulations of the Dream Warehouse and may not disturb the normal order of the Dream Warehouse. Article 3. The Keeper. The Keeper must regularly collect the wishes of Floorwish residents and store them in the Dream Warehouse, where they must guard them and the warehouse. The position of the Keeper shall only be taken by a human from Floorwish. The Keeper shall be elected by vote, with both humans and the Feywish sprites participating. The individual with the highest number of votes shall be elected as the Keeper. So is the Noi like the daughter of the Keeper or the current Keeper? I think she is already kind of Keeper-ish because she seems to be doing a lot of those responsibilities. So I assume that they passed the stick to Nanoi rather early? Oh no! Yeah, you have to do a little bit of platforming to get here, and I would say that I'm one of the people that is hairier than most other people. Not as hairy as some people that I grew up with, that I've known that because their mothers were very concerned about this, but I still have quite a lot of hair. And one of the hairs that I do remove is actually right here, because they're not as visible as when I was a child, but my mother did get me laser therapy to remove them. I'm one of those, I think 10% of women that get a pseudo mustache. It's a common thing among specific genotypes. So I couldn't do a full beard, but I can have dark hairs. I personally don't like them here, so I remove them. I don't quite bother with arm hairs or leg hairs most of the time, even though I am quite fluffy. Yeah, I'm missing teeth at this point. Teeth are very bloody expensive, I agree. I'm kinda lucky that my front teeth are holding quite well. Enjoy that. I would have liked my back teeth, but I can cope. The Dream Warehouse, witness of history and symbol of hope. For eons, the Wishing One blessed all beings with his supreme divine power. People worship him, revere him, and follow him, seeking redemption through wishes in an era of divine conflict. To express their reverence and love for the Wishing One, the people of Old Floorwish and the Dream Sprites made a sacred covenant and jointly built the Dream Warehouse. This miracle land, built by humans and Feywish sprites, witnessed the glory of the Wishing One. The warehouse stores people's wishes, collects their joys and sorrows, and records their life paths. Meanwhile, it acts as a bridge connecting the Wishing One and the human world. conveying people's longing for wishes to the Wishing One and praying for their care and blessings. As the influence of the Wishing One grew, people's faith in him deepened. To fulfill the increasing number of wishes, the Dream Warehouse expanded continuously, eventually reaching its current impressive scale. It's funny because at the moment the scale is not very big, but this is not the main room, this is like a side room. Because you would think, no way, it's like 1,000 years worth of wishes stored in here, and you would be correct. It's not. It is not stored in this like little pathetically small room. It's stored in a much bigger room, but currently we are after balls. I can see a couple balls here. I think I will have to, yeah, do the whole re-jumping thing. Because it's kind of hard to float up from over here. It goes that way. This one can be picked up without me moving too much. Up. Yeah, I think I have to use the crane here. Yep, to get over there. Yep, that will work. Ah ha ha! Meister! I feel like that one could actually be an odd flex. Oh, this is my precious nipple hair. I love it. It's mine. I have other appearance issues. Like, I have scoliosis, which means that I am hunchbacked. It got sort of fixed with surgeries, but the reason why I needed surgeries is because my curve went to something like over 60%, I think something like 68%, so it was quite severe, which means that when my surgeries put me back, it didn't like put me back entirely, it just kind of reduces your curve into a more stable position. And my neck is also independently curved, so I don't have my full neck length, and also I have a bit of like a duck stance because the last bits of bone, like my tailbone, it's not welded and connected to the rest of my spine because the rest of my spine is now just one big piece of bone. It can't bend. So because of genetics, that bit of you tries to bend, so you kind of get your belly pushed outwards, your ass like also pushed back, and it does cause like pain with sleeping, but I remember being very self-conscious about that when growing up, especially considering that one of my teachers, she did like, I don't know what was wrong with her, but she wanted to like make an example out of me, so like she wrote like a little language exercise that used my name, like my real name, and described my features, like she was a hunchbacked girl and like she did this and this and this and that's why it was wrong and everything, and she like made me read that in front of class, and that was like hugely inappropriate. So I was very self-conscious about a lot of my features, and even the adults around me didn't quite help with that. Yeah, I know, like, I kind of walked out of that class, and later on I had like a meeting with the principal, and they were like, you can't prove that it was about you. I was like, excuse me? It has my name. She has scoliosis. What? Is there a book that this is from? No, this is like an independently written thing by your teacher, but you can't prove that it was about you. you were like made to read in front of class. So I had some really bizarre encounters with some people in my life that just, they didn't desire to be decent human beings, I would say. And even as a child, that was just really weird to me. Like, I didn't have like the proper, oh, I feel so bullied reaction. I just had the reaction of, this is highly inappropriate. Yeah, I have like a giant scar running from the top of like, where effectively where your neck ends and your spine begins. So it begins there and then it like ends at the bottom of like very close to my tailbone. So it just, if you turn me around, it looks like somebody performed an autopsy on me, which I personally don't really mind. Like, when you live with those kind of things for a long while, you realize that other people, they're not children. They're not gonna like actually, I don't know, boo you or make you feel excluded or be like, oh my god, why does your back look like that? Most people just don't react like that to physical issues, so it's never, I can't say it was like a, that it's like a super big deal because of that. Yeah, a lot of people, they're not gonna be like, wrong meeting, and people that directly will bring up your appearance are likely either really rude and don't understand social norms, or they're not very intelligent people. And you're better off not hanging around them, from what I found. Yeah, I have short hair. I've seen like a lot of people get criticized for that, but it hasn't been my experience for the most part. Like, I've met a couple of people on the internet that were plainly weird in how they behave. Like, because I moderate a subreddit, one person once like spammed their subreddit of like, you dare to moderate my post off the subreddit when you look like this? And I was like, is this person like 13? But for the most part, people don't do that. So there is actually a lot of appearance freedom when you realize that society is a lot less judgmental than a lot of people think that society was. And even if society was judgmental, if you can actually do that, it can pay off to say screw society, because the more people do that, the more in general acceptable it is to look a bit different, and the more acceptable it is to look a bit different, the easier time the next generation has when it comes to those specific issues. Okay. I wanna go down. I have explored in this direction. I wanna go that way now. This place is, whoa, very grand scaled. I did not notice those little bitties over there. Oh wow, I even left some enemies in here. Well, that's not good. Let me get them. It's mine now. I mean, I wear very short hair because this is the length that actually brings me comfort. I've had it even be shorter. Like, I almost had an army buzz cut at points in my life. And funnily enough, because the first time when my husband met me, like, I was then practically an army buzz cut, and he had, like, no problems with it. But I have this thing where I feel icky if the hair is as much as, like, touching my neck. Which is, like, a bit of a weird sensory issue, but, like, when these strands, they start going to about here, and they start, like, actively touching on the neck, it's like, ugh, I don't like the sensation. So, long hair is very much not for me, but this length works, because I don't really mind it touching my scalp that much, so I can actually have some hair on my scalp. It's when it starts hanging over that it starts being a problem for me. Like, I remember my mother was trying to keep me in long hair for a very long time. So when I was like a little child, like between the ages 1 to 4, I was like getting this kind of shortcut to about here. Because for the most part, my grandmother was raising me, my mother was working, and she didn't really have time for me, so I was raised by my grandma. And then she kind of took over because she was all like, that doesn't look quite pretty and quite girly, it's not what I want for my daughter. So I was made to grow out my hair, and most of the time it ranged for being to up about here to about like the start of my ass. I didn't enjoy it, so the only kind of haircut that I would wear is one that's very pulled back, like you pull it back into like one big ponytail here or one big braid. So I would pull it back all the way back, and then I would make that thing into like one big ponytail or one big braid, and that's the majority of how I would wear my hair. Sometimes my grandmother would part it into 2 ponytails or 2 braids whenever I would do it myself. My parents chastised me for it not being even enough, so I could just do the one. But I would pull that hair tight. That it really couldn't come out, that it really couldn't fall anywhere, that it really couldn't get in the way. And one of the problems was that even my hairdressers were like, this is really unhealthy, you should stop doing that. You should wear your hair looser because you're gonna get bald spots. I was very upset about that because I didn't want to wear my hair looser. It's kind of not a great thing, but because at 10 I needed surgery and then I needed another 12, I ended up getting a bit of pity points with my family, I guess. So they let me chop that whole thing off. And they were like, oh, you're gonna regret it, and you're gonna cry, you're gonna like be so unhappy. I've never had long hair ever since then, because just whenever I tried growing it out even a little bit, I was like, it feels icky, feels gross. So like I would just chop it back down, and like I'm very happy with this hair length. So at the very least, I didn't quite need to wait till the age of 18 to do that, because I've gotten a bit of pity points through surgeries, and I was allowed some leeway in how I express myself that I normally wouldn't have had. Yeah, like, make it tight, make it high. That was exactly how I was dealing with it as well. Lost Wish Memoirs, Part 3. Some ancient wishes that were lost or destroyed due to unavoidable factors are transcribed here in text. Only favor sprites, not other strange-looking creatures, can become the descendants. I earnestly request an explicit statement from the Wishing One. Not strange-looking creatures, what do you mean? Oh, almighty Wishing One, please do not abandon your people and your descendants. We hope that you will return and defeat those monsters. Although many elders say that the dark will return, I hope that they won't show their faces again. Please, 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 never appear again. O wishing one, grant me courage, faith, tenacity, and resilience, and allow me to rebuild a new home on the ruins. And let the great wish tree grow strong. I hope I can become a stylist. That would be so cool. I want to become the 9th member of the 8th. The 9th of the 8th. I suppose it's possible, like, if it is living mythology, it's always possible that someone, like, comes in and alters it by adding more people to the circle. I still haven't acquired my whim to become a stylist, but that's okay. I can be a great tailor instead. I'll make beautiful and fashionable clothes and open a clothing store of my own. I'll name it Marquise Boutique. Aww! That's either Marquise's ancestor or that is him. There are only 3 pieces of wish flight paper left by the wishing one. If my whim tech development fails a few more times, wish flight paper will become history. I hope I succeed the next time. They probably did, considering that wish flight paper is still a thing. Probably sleeping right now. I thought I will actually, like, make an Infinity Nikki review at some point, taking everything into consideration. So I will make that at some point. Currently, because a part of the storyline is preserved, so, like, I'm going through the old story right now. It's a very disjointed new player experience because to get it fully, you need to watch about maybe 40 minutes of the first tutorial, then you need to do your own tutorial, then you need to discard your own tutorial, then you need to do the storyline that was there before. Now, the whole Sea of Stars thing can make sense, because what this is leading to is that Infinity Nikki exists within a multiverse, and Dunking Island storyline also kinda seems to lean on that fact, though it also could just be a cursed painting, we don't know, we haven't finished it yet. So I wonder how they will progress it further, but effectively, there is the game from 1.0, is just a bit sullied and a bit confused. So you need to hop through extra hoops to enjoy it the way that people at 1.0 could enjoy it. And there is a way to understand the lore, it's not as easy anymore, because you kinda need to grapple with the concept that got introduced way too early and in the wrong place. So you kinda need to put space away in your head going, yeah, this is a thing, and then compartmentalize that away from everything else. Then you need to experience the regular Infinity Nikki storyline, starting from watching a video of what 1.0's tutorial was like, and then like play through the rest of the game, which has been great and is still great. And then you can unravel the thing that you did at the beginning of the game and be like, okay, so what we're dealing with in the grander scale of things is multiverse, and the fact that my Heart of Infinity is also like a fairly dangerous thing, and it can like cause whole places to implode on themselves, like, so it's not like a harmless, easy to live with thing. It's also a fairly dangerous thing, so there are interesting further lore implications that you can untangle in your own time, but the original storyline, it's a bit muddled. So I would say that if a game was a 10, then it's now maybe a 7 if you're a new player because of all the hoops that you need jumping through. And if a game was a 9, then it's a 6 now. Like, I would easily deduct 3 points from what it was just because of all of the hoops that you need to jump through. Now, because this is my second account, and I know what the game is, I do fully believe it to be enjoyable. I just hate that new players that want to enjoy it will have to do a lot more hoop jumping in order to properly understand it and enjoy it. I suppose if you don't really care about the story, then it doesn't really matter, but most people do, because for most people this is the most gripping thing. And of course, I kinda also want to see how 2.0 will go. Because I wonder what they're gonna do with the story. I know that they're gonna do something, but I think we're getting more Wishfield, more Heartfelt Kingdom. Because they did kinda say that we're gonna get like the woods. I don't think that the woods thing is separate, but from the way that Sea of Stars was set up, what it gave me the impression of is that 1.0, like X.0, they wanted to set it up as like their own little worlds that are disconnected from each other. So like if we did the Heartfelt Kingdom here, we would then go through Sea of Stars, and we would go to like a new world that has nothing to do with this, and then we would live through here, through there. But currently their plans seem to be to expand on the Heartfelt Kingdom, so maybe not. It's hard to tell where the lore is gonna go. I don't mind either way, but I'm wondering, because of how they made it, I'm wondering what they're cooking. And I wish that part of it they would uncook, or at the very least place in the right places, just so that there's a better new player experience. You're welcome! Yeah, like, I feel like they threw a narrative point, and then everybody disliked the narrative point so much that they don't actually know what they want to do with that narrative point anymore. So they're probably slightly afraid to touch it. Which I don't fully blame them, and I think it could be an interesting narrative point. I just think that they did it wrong. Like, they introduced it at the completely wrong point. Like, you don't just get to replace the game's tutorial, for fuck's sake. Because it really throws the rest of the story in for a loop. So, it's just... it wasn't done right, man. Is what I mean. And now they're kind of scared of that narrative point because they're like, no, people hated it. Yeah, on my main account, I only roll for the full set if I can afford it. So I'm in a lot of the times I'm in saving mode. That really helps with the whole pity if you just don't expect to ever get lucky. And this game needs a beast of a machine to run it well. It's by far, hands down, the hardest game to run that I've ever experienced, even when I compare to other 2025 titles. And considering that it's supposed to also run on like a PlayStation and the phone, there's just... when it comes to optimization, when they were building this game, they should have done a lot more, in my opinion. This is a really fun place. And I also feel like I have a hair in my mouth, which is very not nice. But that is the full dream warehouse. Don't worry, I'm not gonna fall, Momo. You don't fall. Oh! Ah! Aw, look at that little hand.
Soft and easily crumbled. When the light shines through, it can never be. There's a hole, and it's not perfect, I know, but I'm gonna shape it still till it is more than a sheet of paper. Every shade of it, reminder. Find my way in the sky. Find my way to fly high. Never felt so alive. Spread my wings and glide. Joyful tears.
I'm gonna let us enjoy the music. I'm gonna talk afterwards.
The sky. Find my way. Then I realize rules can be defined. I'll catch the light. At least I give it a try. Give it a try. Give it a try. Give it a try. I gave it a try.
I wonder if your computer has a virus or if something is failing or if you need to reinstall something. Okay, I think we finished flying now. I do have a couple of questions. My main one is, where the fuck are we? We're definitely not in that little spire, right? We all agree with that. Good monitor. Let me just see all the bad spots on you while I stare at the sky in here. That really illuminates it. Thank you very much. But maybe we're directly underneath the spire? But how is it lit up? And where's the steam coming from? Because that's not smoke, right? Or is it that smoke? Are you guys like burning thousands of wishes and this is all smoke pollution? Is that what's happening? But I haven't seen any like chimneys or anything, so I have to assume that this is steam? Fog? And do we have like giant lamps up there? Because there's definitely no like glass looking to the outside from this position. Is this did we accidentally cross a portal somewhere? Am I like in a bag of holding? I think that there are computer people that you could probably bring your computer to and be like, what's wrong with it? And they could probably figure it out. I use my husband in that way. I'm like, something's wrong. Help.
E-green. This is it.
It's like separated in its own tiny box on the table.
Wait a sec.
We're the Wishmaster's Paladins. We've been tasked with recovering and investigating all suspicious wish bottles. You're not dream warehouse keepers. Stay out of our way.
But that bottle is important to us. We need it to save lives.
Giroda.
Giroda, you know our code. Stop getting in our way. The descendant of a traitor dares to question us? You want to be locked up again?
No, I don't.
Let's go.
At the very least, violence from favor sprite on favor sprite leaves me with realization that they bounce.
Keeper of the Dream Warehouse, Nanoi.
They look like they would have the consistency of a jelly bean.
Wish sprites signed the Dream Warehouse management contract. Fey wish sprites have the right to take wishing orbs, but not wishing items. To remove wishing items, permission may only be granted by a Dream Warehouse keeper.
You're only an intern keeper. Who do you think you are? This is a direct order from the Wishmaster. We don't need anyone's permission.
Don't get bullied by flying beans!
going to use force.
Ha! Go ahead. Let's see you use force. Do it.
A flying bean, you're like the size of a cat. Okay, that's not force, that's just magical jumping ability.
Nanai!
I believe that this proves that the whole world is running with no fall damage, not just us. Because surely Nanoi isn't that light.
I got it! Let's go! Gerota, are you okay?
I'm fine. Hurry up and read your mother's wish.
I wish for Nanoi to grow up strong and reliable. When this happens, I'll feel reassured. When she flies free from my arms, I'll release this paper crane. There's something written underneath.
Okay, so she only needs to spend a couple years in coma until you reach your full height.
You'll always be your mother's little girl.
You can also then, it's implied, take like 20 years to reach your
No
full
one
height
knows you
if
better
you
than
wanted
your
to.
own mother. Her wish is for you to grow strong. That way, you can achieve whatever you want. But how will we know when this wish is fulfilled? It's not that kind of wish. We can't clearly define when it's fulfilled.
Fulfilling her
No,
mother's
we don't.
wish
At least I
might
don't.
take a
We might.
really long time.
It's okay. Even if my mom can't wake up
That
now,
is true.
at least I know what I need to do. She's always been so supportive.
She
She loves me.
could just be naturally shorter than Nikki at
too
her
much.
full height. That is a
She's
possibility.
worried my curiosity may be trouble. When she wakes up, you can talk it over with her. You're right. When she wakes up, and she will wake up, I'll hug her, and then share all my hopes and dreams.
Beautiful.
Nikki, everyone, thank you for all your help.
I haven't done anything, but you're welcome.
Wait, Nikki, you wanted to ask me about something. What was it?
I forgot.
I made a wish at the Great Wish Tree when I first arrived in Flora-Wish, and I heard a song, but it was only in my head. I thought it might be a kind of clue to help us find the miracle outfit. Then I heard Jean and Ruby hum the same tune. They said that they had learned it from you.
Oh, I see. That song. It's from a music box I had since I was a baby. Mom said it was already with me. It was in my cradle when she
Hello.
adopted me. As a child, we would sit together on the terrace. She'd hold me in her arms. I'd use the music box. We'd both hum along. I reminisce when I hear it. The song is like the key to my heart. Maybe, since it helped me, it can help you too. To find the miracle outfit. I'll go look for the music box. Nikki, meet me on the second floor.
This is like off-brand cola. To be fair, I also put up makeup today and I was like, I feel like I look like I'm from the 80s, let's go. Anyway, while serious stuff is happening, there's also a wish grain game in here. Which means that I have to beat it. There's just no other way. Oh no! I was reading the chat and flew into a tree. Let's flow over here in advance. Ah! Oh, what? No! Oh, god damn it. Focus. Focus. I can do this. Oh, and with the Momo being an enigma, you know what's even weirder? In 1.8 update, we go to the King Island. We like assume somebody else's person, that was too early. We assume a different Nikki's life, and she was like a painter Nikki. And they're like, oh, and that's your trustworthy companion, Momo. He is always with you. And I'm like, what is this magical cat? Is there like others like him in that universe? Because no, I don't think that there is. I think that there's one Momo there, and nobody has ever questioned it for any reason. That is unreasonable. That is unreasonable, game. What is with the amount of hills right at the end of it? This is not the first time I'm doing this. I can do this. I can do simple mini games, me. You'll see. All of you will see how I can do very simple mini games. Let's keep our wing like this. Switch wing, switch direction. Ah! Switch direction. Switch wing. Ah! Yay! Did it! Fuck yes! Like, it's fairly simple, but it can be hard to execute. It feels kind of odd to just be in the noise house this freely. Like, I can sit on all of her chairs. And I don't know why, but that just feels wrong. Well, some of her doors are thankfully locked, so Nikki can't roam entirely freely. That is music box maintenance notes, which is great, but honestly, I'm not very interested in maintaining a music box. Letters tucked inside a hardcover book named Royal Art Records. Why are we rummaging this badly? The paper has yellowed and the ink has faded. The content is as follows. To my dearest Ingrain. Today marks the 3rd month since I arrived in Cecia. I haven't received any replies to the letters I sent you in the first 2 months. What's going on? When did Heartcraft Post become so unreliable? Have they lost the letters you sent me? This time I'm sending you a book along with this letter. It's too thick to get lost again. I know you love literature, so when I saw this book at the bookstore, I decided to buy it for you. It's thick, big, and looks quite esoteric. Just your type. I like how she doesn't even know what's in it. She's like, well, it's thick and big. That's what my friend likes. Don't get too emotional when you receive it. Just remember to write to me more often. You're willing to tell me about the content of the book. I'm all ears. So anyway, what book did I send you? Like, just give me a summary when we meet. CCA is not as good as I imagined, but it's not as bad as you said. I'm not afraid of those snobby nobles, nor do I care about what others think. Please allow me to find what I want here. Once I achieved my goal, I'll return to Wishfield. That's my hometown and where we met. I miss you just as I always do. Glorior and Ingrain will be good friends for a lifetime. Your loving Glorior. I'm gonna assume that Ingrain is Nanoi's mother. Considering that that letter is faded, to be fair, it could be any other relative even earlier than that. Right, we're not reading about crafting floofs. She has a lot of open text that we can just steal. Nanoi's birthday records, not one to miss. On my 5th birthday, Mom said she took me to the Great Wish Tree to make my first ever wish. On my 6th birthday, Mom said she tried to bake a cake for the first time following Ramito's recipe. Its shape scared me to tears. On my 7th birthday, Mom said she took me to Marquise's boutique to buy clothes. Marquise's Jr. hid behind his grandfather and I hid behind Mom. On my 8th birthday, Mom said she took me cycling in the countryside and I learned how to do it the right way. On my 9th birthday, Mom gave me a sheet of wish flight paper and I wished to never be separated from Mom. On my 10th birthday, Mom took me to the dream warehouse. The paper cranes were so big and beautiful. I wanted to become a keeper of the dream warehouse too. But I was worried I couldn't do a good job. On my 11th birthday, I became a stylist. Mom bought me so many materials for making clothes that I couldn't use them all, even if I worked all month. On my 12th birthday, I accidentally broke my music box and couldn't put it back together. Mom didn't sleep all night. When I woke up, the music box was back on the table, good as new. On my 13th birthday, my wish was to discover the truth about my origins, but I didn't dare to tell Mom. On my 14th birthday, Mom's baking was a huge success. She made a beautiful and delicious sky crane cake, the Noi edition. So we can imply that she's 14. So, Nanoi's very young. So this is her bedroom. I thought that I remembered seeing like a full-length mirror, but it may have been a different. Oh, it's here. This is a better reflection than in a lot of games, but it still kind of makes me unhappy. Because you can't do actual perfect reflections. You can have reflections where you can actually properly see your character. And a lot of older games did that, and a lot of newer games don't, which is kind of sad. And one way to fake it is to just have a copy of the room on the other side and just rig a player model to kind of mirror your actions, so you can like even fake it without having actual reflections. But a lot of places now like to use actual reflections and they look crap. Honestly, because they don't properly reflect. I'm not a fan. Can I desaturate a little bit? I wanna... So, are we trying to take a picture of this? Because... Yeah, we're trying to take a picture of her dressing mirror. Let's point like we have never ever seen a mirror before in our lives. We're like, oh my god, what the hell, it's a mirror. The hell? I can see myself in there. This is so surreal. That is entirely not normal. Mirrors, how do they work? How do I understand this? What is this? Now, there was also one picture that felt a bit inappropriate. Take a picture in her bedroom. Which is like, okay. There is a sitting post, but I forget how you get it. So I'm just gonna be like... point. Hey everybody, welcome to Nikki's edition of I'm Not Supposed to Be Here. Today we are rating a 14-year-old child's room. I mean, at least you know, she's a bit hot-headed. Yeah, we just like wander into other people's bedrooms. Then we get confused by the mirror and like really, really scared of it. Like, what the hell is this? Never seen this in my life. And then we take a memento inside another person's bedroom that also happens to be a teenager and not a full adult.
Nikki, you're here.
Hello, I was just taking pictures in your bedroom. Hope you don't mind.
Nikki!
It's okay, the music box stabbed me in my heart. Don't worry about it. Like, oh my god, shiny was. Mmm, flowers. Ooh, nice. How did we get hair from that? Don't mind me, I'm gonna unlock that. Cool. Cool. I would have been hair accessory of a rose, but Nikki is like,
I got inspiration from
hair!
a miracle outfit.
It's gonna be
It's called
green.
Wishful Rosa.
Wishful Rosa? Where'd you get that name?
It came to me.
When I got the inspiration, I saw a mysterious figure humming this song. It was ancient and sad. Countless Arosa blossomed around him. Golden light glowed from a slender bottle. He cradled it in his arms.
Like the wishing one figurine in the music box?
Yes, exactly. Especially the bottle.
That's the wishing one's legendary supreme artifact.
The object the prophet foresaw? What the Wish Envoy gets in the future? Is that the same artifact you're talking about?
I love that we put a tiny birthday hat on him.
This clue was an important part of acquiring the entire Wishful Rosa outfit. The inspiration was only for part of the outfit. Maybe, as we get closer to the prophet, we'll discover more about the Wishing One's supreme artifact.
So, where are we off to next?
To the moon!
I don't know. Maybe the ledger. We were so focused on the coma incident, we didn't have time to check it. Since the Wish Envoy is connected to the prophet, maybe it holds some clues.
My mom's name. It's not in the ledger.
How does YouTube even award experience?
You're right, it isn't in there.
We know she bought a Quick Wish bottle. So if she bought it, why isn't it in the ledger?
That's strange.
Maybe it was gifted to her?
A lot of the names here, they're Flamecrest Festival participants.
Maybe she stole it?
Flamecrest Festival?
Maybe she found it lying around?
Stoneville.
Maybe someone changed their
How
mind?
much?
The residents of Stoneville are close with the PCs. So, with Fey-Wish sprites and Floor-Wish folk, they try to keep their distance.
Besides a few traders, we don't really hear from them much.
There
Yeah,
isn't
wishing
any
confessions are
official
different.
Fey-Wish sprite
As a
plushies,
dream warehouse
but I'm
keeper,
pretty sure I've seen a lot of people making them, so you could probably find that somewhere.
Fey-Wish sprites aren't welcome there either. I'll just have to sneak in.
Let's split up for now then.
We'll meet up later to share information.
I'm going to
I
Stonewell.
don't really know anything about Stoneville. We should ask the people there. Or maybe a PC.
Miss Dodo Bear?
Yeah, we'll talk to Dodo Bear at the bridge near the Meadow Activity Support Center. She owes us one anyway.
Nikki, Momo, take care. And don't trust the PCs. They supposedly bring...
Stop being racist.
If you need anything, come find me.
I actually wonder if having a giant talking cat that walks around makes it easier to accept things. Because, like, Nikki is just like, yeah, let's just go and ask the sentient clothing. Oh, okay. That allows us to get some starlight shards, which we're not interested in. So we're just gonna leave that alone. Mysterious purple light can be mysterious and purple. I am kinda interested in what do I need to craft Wishful Orosa hair. Exchanged for Sovereign of Cool metal. Sovereign of Cool is in here. It's in here, in this region. We will need to craft Wishful Rosa. So hear me out. How about we do a bit of style battles? I think we can pass some of them. Now, this dude messaged me before. I heard you took down Boldy, Miss Nikki. Amazing. You're definitely ready for the Realm of the Dark now. In the realm, you'll battle Esslings. You'll have already defeated and earned new crafting materials after winning. That is great! Great! No more worries about crafting materials. Cool, Nikki. That was definitely an entirely normal response. So, I am just gonna claim all in here. Claim all in here. Claim all in here. I don't even know what I'm claiming, but I'm definitely claiming it. So I want to locate Sovereign of Cool. That is Sovereign of Elegant. That is Sovereign of Cool. We have Golden Daisies, Ebony Scissors, and Beyond the Masks to beat. So let's start by beating Golden Daisies. I'm pretty sure that they're around in daytime and not nighttime. I entirely forgot that this happens because I normally skip this. I forget where you set the setting to actually skip this. So we're just gonna do that thing that I never do and play Pair Pal. Woo! I do love that it is there, but also not something that I tend to do on the regular. Let me just track you. Have my sights set on you. I'm gonna come over there and battle you. Because I need that crafting material from Sovereign of Cool. We might need to actually level some of our clothes for that. But the good way to do that is to just to see how many things we can pass without doing that. To just kind of, you know, just do that on the things that we need. So, Elegance of Daisies. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, like, whatever. The best I can do is very low. That's not good. Hey, new feature unlocked, glow up, cool. That is normally how you know, improve your clothes. So I would like select an outfit. And then like select how much you want to spend on it and upgrade it. We're gonna do upgrade only in the most desperate times. We're passing as much as we can without upgrading it. We'll have to start upgrading pretty soon, but we can still do some things without upgrades. And he just tells us how to get shiny baubles in order to do the upgrades. I will probably want, for the Sovereign of Cool, to actually upgrade my full fishing outfit, of all things. I think that will work. We're gonna have such limited materials, though, because I haven't been using my energy, and I haven't been doing anything with it. This is gonna be very interesting. But just out of curiosity, let's do it. Let's see how far we can get into battling with the Sovereign of Cool. And normally you can also exchange hold duplicate 3 stars for extra glow-up materials, which we technically cannot do. Which one of you is the right one? I assume it's you, but because we haven't been pulling. Yes, styling challenge, whatever you say, vibrant dance moves, cool. I can score very low amounts. Will this be enough? Yes. Sneaking it through! I have so much upgraded stuff on my account, like my proper account. Hey! We get a piece of the outfit. Cool. Yeah, it is kinda... It's nice, I would say. What I don't appreciate is that everybody in Wishfield wears potato sacks. These two illustrate their sense of fashion the best. I do not like it. Especially considering that you go to Ducking Island, and people actually, like, have color to their clothes, and their clothes look like they're prim and proper and taken care of. And then you go back to Wishfield, and you see these two, just like casually standing in front of there, wearing glorious potato sacks. Hooray! Like, does this make sense? Make it make sense. Like, I don't know why they doled them out so much. Like, she is dressed better than potato sack people, but it's still a very dull green. Which, to be fair, at the moment, at the very least, I am matching. Haha! Sneaky star! You don't get to run away from me. This one might actually be too hard, but we will see. Styling score 9,000 on cool because I have the mechanics outfit. Actually, not too bad, not too bad. It might work. No, it did not work. She did still give me pants though, so that's pretty cool. Do you appreciate the pants? I need to do some checking. Because this one we can actually beat with just what I have. But I need to do some checking. And by that I mean... There are 2 outfits that I have. Fully charged mechanic. Cool. I think this one will go higher up on cool than the mechanic. But I can't check because I don't actually have enough bubbles and they don't let me upgrade past level 3. It makes sense to invest the bubbles that we do have into here. Can we do it with... with my fishing outfit? I think we can. It is the outfit that I will want to upgrade for Sovereign of Cool regardless, so it is a fairly good way of spending that. Ah, we did it. Yeah, she's like, well, you didn't do it perfect, but you did good enough, so here is a pair of pets, just for you. She liked my styling, so that's good. We beat her. Yeah! F yeah. So, golden daisies are now done. We still have ebony scissors and beyond the basics. So we did Kadru. I don't remember who he is, but we did him. That dude is right over there. We can go and do him. There's a win. Oh, okay, that's far away, Momo. Or do you mean that one? There is a lot of Wimstar in the area. I should probably go grab him at some point. He wants a styling. Yes, 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 yes. Styling, 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 styling. And now, fingers crossed. Also, here is something to note. I'm currently perfecting these challenges because A, we're very early in the game, and these ones are actually the ones that are intended for you to perfect fairly early in the game, so they're easy. But if you want to craft Wishful Rosa, which we are gonna be doing for the story, this is why I'm taking care of these ahead of time. He's now explaining who his boss is. And you can't perfect these. That is perfectly fine. You actually only need to beat these people on, like, the level, like, average or the level normal, I think. So, if you can't do it, if you can't get a perfect, just aim for normal. Just aim for fairly low, just to pass the story. So, our aim is to do the full story, which means that we will be crafting the full Wishful Rosa outfit, which do mean that I need to beat these people, but when it gets too hard, and in further areas it will get too hard, we're just gonna aim for normal. But if we can aim higher, we're gonna aim higher. And on my main account, because I do Mira Crown quite often, and Mira Crown is the... I don't even know if we have access to it right now. I think we don't yet, but it's like endgame fashion battle against NPCs-esque kind of thing. And it requires for you to practically have like all nodes unlocked on like your Heart of Infinity and a lot of very specific outfits with like very specific tags glowed up and everything. So with my main account, I could beat this, what could be considered like early game content, no problem. But when you're at the point where you're doing it, you probably don't want to like invest months and months and months on like unlocking stat nodes and upgrading your clothes. You just want to progress through the story, so you don't need to aim for perfect. You can aim for normal. It will be fine. Oh, is it from the new island, that fragrance? I think I unlocked them because I did both of the caves, but I haven't crafted them. What's with the camera, Momo? Are you okay?
I'm getting really good.
With me cheering you on,
We might get like the full outfit. We might even craft it. It depends if we can. Because if I go to crafts, stylish outfits, or collecting refined grace, we can make this. So we can have this pants, we can have these earrings, and we can have this watch. And we have 3 out of 7. Cool. So doing all of these battles over here, they will net us the full refined grace. I can see the star. I haven't even started the challenge yet and I can see the star. Ah, this time it will be easy. Mine! Not cheapo. It's because it gets repetitive, I think. So he's like, you're so great at fishing, Nikki. Honestly, auto-fishing outfit is one of the most requested things. Like, a whole bunch of people like, I don't care how ugly it is. I don't give a shit. If you put out an outfit that stops that mini-game and cutscene from playing and just lets me pull out the fish, whatever the outfit is, however much it costs, I'm pulling it. I don't know if it's my patience or what, but I'm okay with that outfit. I mean, I'm okay with that minigame. It doesn't irritate me. Neither do the lines. I guess I'm able to listen to a lot of repetitive things. I just tried to net this cat. Thankfully, this cat was very patient. Like, I do kind of feel sad that I don't have the instant grooming outfit. That was one that I would have actually liked. But I, at that point, spent all of my pulls on Timeless Melody. And that was right the next patch. So I didn't have enough pulls, and as is reality for Mirta, if I don't have enough pulls, I do not pull. So I do not have it. The 5-star is okay. I think I prefer the Timeless Melody over the 5-star that released after it. So I'm kind of happy with my choices. But if I have the pulls and I see it rerun, I probably would get the grooming for the grooming outfit. Ooh, we get to use the electrician. That happens like never. They really need to make more of these poles in the game. Because it's kind of silly that you crafted this whole outfit and you can use it on like 5 poles. Like, I honestly feel like we can do better than that. We can do more poles. More poles! Hello! She wants a styling challenge. She's not like, what are you saying? I'm so much better than you. I am totally gonna win. He might, actually. Like... Oh, no. This is gonna be enough. Haha! Still got it. Mind you, my Nikki has very limited amount of clothes. but I'm still winning. So, what other stylists do we have now? We have beat you, we have beat you. Ricardo! When do you exist? Is it at nighttime? I forget where you set the auto skip, so... Ahaha! You do exist at nighttime. Yeah, I'm kind of like intrigued by a lot of 5-star fits. If I had enough pulls to have the full kitty outfit, I think I would have taken off like the... How is it called? The animal features, and I would have used it because it does have quite a lot of interesting accessories, like the long nail claw things. For example, I quite dig that. But as it happens, I don't have enough fits because enough pulls because I pulled Tide of Tears beforehand. So I don't have it. I don't use it. But I did really like Tide of Tears, so I'm happy that I have that one. It's like, it's a bit of a choice. Ooh, wow, I am definitely beating you. You love my fishing outfit. You're like, this is great. With this account, it is a bit different because it can be very fun to have Nikki be very not flashy, I would say. Like, she just looks a lot more like a normal person than my regular Nikki. That's all special effects. Ahaha, you gave me a shirt. Thank you, my man. Thanks for the shirt. And he's like angry. He's like, you're gonna see the Sovereign of Cool is gonna tear you a new one. He's gonna be like so mean to you. Who even? How? So to have him, I need to go to Great Meadows. She knows where he is. And I need her for him. Yeah. Great Meadow people are slightly above, so I'm gonna see how we're gonna do it. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I experience noise in here quite a lot. It irritates me too. Well, that's good. Interesting's good, isn't it? I'm here to challenge you so that I can finish the challenge in an entirely different area. I don't know how well this is gonna go, probably not very well. I don't think that we have started off strong. Oh no. Oh, we're doing poorly. We're doing very poorly. But she gave us the clue that I needed. So I'm gonna re-beat her later. I needed... You might want to visit beyond the basic stylist group. Yeah. We can... I wanted to go and beat Breezy Meadows. It feels slightly out of reach right now, so I wanted to do her That sounds wrong instead. So let's just fuck off and go back to Flora Wish. Yay! The dogs have calmed down. Yes, I'm sure that you're a great stylist and all. If I can't beat her with this, I'm gonna upgrade the outfit a little bit. Yeah, we'll need to upgrade the outfits a little bit, I think. They're only allowing me to do them up to level 3, so... Oh! Never mind. I did it! And she gave me shoes! So now... we're getting so close to Sovereign of Cool. I don't know if the game will allow us to battle them this early on, but we'll see. Is he just like behind the Stylists Guild? And I was like, fuck yeah, shoes! Thank you for granting me shoes, my lady. Shoes are definitely my favorite things to put on my feet. The socks come second. What? I only grasped the true essence of cool. I'll become the new Sovereign of Cool. But about troubles? Bad Feywish sprite. I just wait till I get up there for sure. We were just passing by and wondering if you were in some sort of trouble? Yeah, out of nowhere trouble at that. I snatched my pear pal out of the blue and it's taunting me from balcony over there. Unbelievable. If only I could jump higher with an ability outfit. I can do this. Stay here, I'll bring your pear pal back. Are you actually a stylist? Then I'll leave it to you. My dude, I thought you were a stylist? Wow, you can jump really high. I'm out of here, what a bummer. Can't compete with people that can jump high. Like, the hell? I'm back, here's your pear pal. PayPal? Here's your PayPal? Yes, that is my pear pal. Thank heavens it's not damaged. Yeah, the sprites can be little dicks. Thank you, Miss Stylist. Your benevolent spirit elevates your already stunning outfit. I owe you this for your assistance, please take it. You're welcome. Stylists should help each other, but why did that Feywish sprite take your pear pal? I'm wondering that too. The books would tell you that Feywish sprites are kind and gentle, good friends of the wishing one. Never thought I would meet a mean one that picks on new stylists. I made up my mind, starting today I will train harder. I shall not be bullied like this again. Cool, anyway, I wanted to battle you. Undeniably cool. This is the one thing that I'm most ready for. I got you know. You have to know. My fishing outfit, absolutely stunning, okay? Like, there is no argument there. You just have to accept it. You just have to accept how great my fishing outfit is. I've decided it's the greatest. You're the embodiment of cool with that fishing outfit. Nothing cooler than that. Nope, we already beat you. And this person is somewhere down the street. Ah yes, maybe I should start sending Momo into styling challenges. Just like his little hat. I do have my own specific issues with clothes. I'm just gonna click on this. I'm not gonna read on this. I don't know if it's sensory issues as much, but they have to be particular. I don't really like non-natural materials in general because they feel weird and they can stink. It's like you feel like you're wearing plastic. And for starters, wearing plastic isn't that bad, but as the day progresses, you just continue like feeling like you're wearing plastic, which isn't the bestest exactly. So I do like natural materials, but it's very easy to hurt my body, I would say. So majority of things that I now wear are actually just wrap dresses, because anything that cinges around my ribcage, I feel like this is where I have the most support. So having a tie here doesn't really irritate me and doesn't hurt me. And also with sleeves, like on bad days I couldn't wear this because this is a fairly tight sleeve. So I would feel like the material is actually physically hurting me, even though it's light and fairly gentle, so it can't actually be physically hurting me, but I will feel like it is. So I aimed majority of things that I get these days to have fairly airy and loose sleeves. Thank you, Penny. Like, currently, I feel like I have a fairly stable closet that is okay. Like, yeah, some of the things, like this one, it's heading towards its death date, slowly but surely, and that's fine. But I have enough things in my closet to feel like I have things to wear. So I'm happy. And the amount of wrap dresses that I have is right now at 4. So we can't beat her, but we can upgrade that outfit that we just wore to level 3 in general, which will help. And we're not perfecting her because we have to perfect her. We're perfecting her because we can. Oh, and if you upgrade the outfits fully, you actually get a new recolor for them, which is kind of cool. So let's try it like this now. That is a big score difference. Oh yeah, I had points where I will just like tie my sleeves up. Because they can get into things. Ahaha, now we can perfect it. Yay! And you can send me pictures of tropical fish. That's a big gift too. Let's see. Factions. Beyond the Basics. Amitani. That is a weird name, bro. I'm not gonna judge. Is that actually like a real name? This game has like a lot of names that sound like names but also don't, so I don't always know if they're serious or not. You continue standing over there, I'm cool with that. That is the mayor of the place and I'm like, help you? Nah. Actually, can I get you? I haven't leveled my getting ability, so I'm unsure if the game will let me. Mine! Yes, I can. So anyways, that is the sock worm. Because this game is entirely normal. Actually, if you end up like staring at the little creatures a lot, you will notice a lot of like little bits about them that make their names make sense. I like that. Oh god! Oily love in deep space, man? No! Why would you ask for that? I like how you specified that they have to be oily. Thank you. You go play Deep Space. Praying for my oily men. We need to upgrade the bee outfit. And for that I need... Where's the nearest teleporty beam? I have some energy to spare, so we can do this. Teleporty beam! Give me my teleporty beam! I'll come back for you, mister! Please wait. Give me like 1 sec. Aha! Teleporty beam. Because we can go and we can get more bubbles! Which is what we currently need. We need bubbles. Aha-ha! Let me go to bubbles. Let me in. Let me into bubbles. Bubbles! Okay, we have 5,000 threads somehow, so we're fine on that. Let's do about this much in bubbles. So will definitely allow us to raise the bee outfit into level 3, which is what I think I was partially using to battle that dude. Yep. We will probably want the cool outfit, like the fishing outfit at about level 10. That's gonna take a lot of bubbles. I'm coming back! Wait for me! I'm coming back! I bought more bubbles. I'm pretty sure that Christmas is the same in UK and Canada. It's like 25th and 26th, right? You will like me. You will like me bee outfit. We are so close to great. Not quite at perfect. We could if we could upgrade our Eureka. Can we upgrade our Eureka? Is that a thing? Is that a... Well, I know that it is a thing, but is it a thing yet? Small of what I mean. Ah, prisms! Oh shit, I'm poor. I forgot. Still too poor. Six will work. We can work with 6. Excuse me, my guy. I just made myself really poor. Let's try this again. I should get a bigger Eureka score now. Oh shit. Look at how close I am to perfect. A tiny little one thing. So, time to click through all of these things. I get 8,000 more bling. I can use that to upgrade my Eureka further. I'm not trying to get these, but the game is like, you're doing stuff. You are doing stuff. We can see it. So that is compendium. I know that 2020 was an awful year in general because of the whole global pandemic that kind of never went away, but we pretended it did. But I find that people were in a better economic standing in 2020 and were in a better mood in 2020 than they are in 2025, which is a sad, sad statement. So I do look upon it kind of fondly, but mostly because I was able to have a job at that point. I actually earned quite a bit from doing my tarot work because economy existed. I don't remember much else about it though. It's funny how 5 years have just passed just like that, and I don't have much memory of them. I want to level up at least some of my Eurekas by at least a little bit. So I have 8,000. That's too much. Let's try 30. Yeah, that upgrades me to 30, to 3. That's gonna be a bit of a stat boost. I only need to like pass of 1 point. I don't need to do this, I am choosing to do this. I am happy, Prodox, that you're doing well. Considering that it sounds like you've been through hell. Yay! Congrats on the crown! I mean, people go through different life changes, so I wouldn't hold it against them. Especially when it comes to things like style. The political stances are harder to navigate. Especially when people have very staunch, set in stone ideas that will in any way influence other people's lives. But, so the whole, you know, you can't have abortions because I said so, wouldn't sit very well with me. But if somebody just like chooses to be a Christian housewife or change how they dress, those areas I don't personally really care all that much about. I have a feeling that I won't beat you, but I'll try. Yeah, politics are indeed that. They're best left unspoken. I'm used to like some ideas that are really one versus the other kind of in truth. And I'm used that quite a lot of politics are now being set up this way. So like UK, for example, at the moment is very let's just say anti-illegal immigrant. But at some point that might progress. But I think part of it is not only the kind of people that come into the country, but more about how the whole issue is set up. Like, it is set up that if we're gonna give that person a candy, then you cannot have the candy, and he needs the candy more than you do. So, because a lot of funding is being withdrawn that would help your regular everyday people in here, they inevitably get upset to the people that get to have that candy still. But I do remember there was one song that put it right, where out of like $1, 99 cents are not even yours. That's completely taken out, and that's in play by like very rich people. You're effectively fighting for half a penny with another person just like you. So it's entirely on the politicians for even setting up that environment where people have to fight over very low quantities of money and hate other people for receiving very low quantities of money when very big quantities of money are outright disappearing or not coming into the economy because the people that hold that money don't get the same pressures. So, you know. Yeah, I think we could I think we could do better. And one of the things that really strikes me, especially with here, is that currently House of Lords will actually make more humane decisions than House of Commons. The people that were born into lifetime status are nicer than people that didn't. People that just have money and not the, you know, they're not a duke, not a duchess, not a lord. They don't belong to the House of Lord. They're technically just a rich commoner. It's really mind-bending to me that this is where it got. Well, we can only beat this guy on average. So I think Sovereign of Cool has to wait a little bit. But I'm glad that we progressed this far. Honestly. We're like one guy off now. And then we can have a Sovereign of Cool battle. So really... You must find what? What are you looking for? So we're very, very close to being able to make Wishful Rosa hair, which is cool. A couple more levels, and it will allow me to glow up my outfits higher. And then I can beat that dude, and then I can also beat Sovereign of Cool, and everything will be very, very, very cool. Hooray! House of Lords is the part of the politics section where people with a title congregate. So you have like a group of, you know, your dukes, duchesses, lords, whatever. And then you have House of Commons, which is the people where that don't have an inherited title congregate. And House of Commons are the ones that get elected. House of Lords are the ones that are kind of born into that group, and then that group kind of, you know, selects which representatives go in there. It's also not compulsory for House of Lords to be there, so whoever shows up out of House of Lords do it out of desire to do the whole politics thing. While if you're a lifetime politician and you get elected as a commoner, then it is kind of more compulsory for you to actually be in your job. Ooh, this one's fun! And you would actually expect, so two missing, 1, 2 missing. Then from this one, every second one. And then 1, 2 missing repeats again. We can memorize it. And you would kind of expect that people born into wealth and privilege would be a lot more focused, you know, to defending self-interests and not the interests. If I jump on the wrong one, I'm gonna fall. Like, I can demonstrate that. You would think that they would be a lot more focused on defending their own interests and not be nice to the people, but it's more often than not that it is the House of Commons that passes really bad decisions for the country, and then House of Lords goes, no, you can't do that. You can't overtax people to that degree, and like, that's not healthy, and that's not healthy, and this should be better, and this should be better. And I'm like, I'm very surprised that you guys are performing really well in comparison. Like, you, the privileged people that were born into a title, seem to have more comprehension about what empathy is and how to best get the country to continue ticking. It's completely mind-boggling for me. Yeah. I'm now so focused, like, I can't wait to win against Sovereign of Cool. It's gonna be so much fun, and we're still, like, far off because I'm not even the right Mira level yet. I need to be Mira level 18. What am I in Mira level? Oh, I'm 17! That's close. Afterwards, we'll be able to upgrade that cool outfit a bit more. Ooh! This looks weirdly climbable. Wait, is that a minigame? That is a minigame. In here it would be the case because politicians come from lifetime politicians / rich people, and all political parties that are on offer, which you can select from, are fairly, well, shit choices. So it's kind of like, which bad do you enjoy the most? Do you want this bad or that bad? Because either way, it's just gonna be bad. But you get to, like, choose which bad you want. A lot of people actually proposed a thing that would be cool if it was to happen, but it probably wouldn't happen, which is ballots need a choice that just says none of the above. And if that choice wins, there should be, like, new political parties coming in instead to... Oh, I can write this. Cool. No. Come on. Yay! Star. I also can grab this, and then if I stood in front of Bug Catcher's cabin, which is right here, This is a very weird spot to put this. This is like a memorable location we want to capture. Ahaha! It's actually a bit bigger, so I can just walk over here. And on the topic of politics, I will switch it off, I promise. I actually want you in the shot, girl. Like, I don't know who you are, but we're just gonna pretend that she's the main character. So, let me just turn, face the camera. We still have the bug catcher in the scene. Yeah. It has actually gotten so bad that they did a poll and 1/5 of all people would agree to go with absolute monarchy. Because, like, it's not working to a point where people, like... I know that we did that whole, like, we did those revolution things to not have absolute monarchy because that was a terrible idea, but... what if we just fired all politicians? Maybe. Yeah, it just... I think that instead of, like, showing that this is a way to go, it just shows that the current place that the country is in is so not good that people, like, you know, that really bad alternative. It sounds better than what we have. I am so sorry that your head is feeling dizzy, Missy, but I'm not gonna do anything about that. I'm just gonna click this ball over here, thank you. Yeah, our politicians actually got, like, proper political education. But it kind of happens that they all went to, like, rich people private school and then rich people college, and they all know each other, and normally they're known that as children they weren't, like, respectful individuals. They would do a lot of things that wouldn't really be allowed for other people, and, like, destroyed even public property and shit like that. But because they're practically, like, born into being a career politician, and they know each other, and they all go to politics together, we mostly have a lot of people from, like, this same rich commoner background, and they're really, really, really bad at their jobs. Pretty much. Like, pretty much. Like... So, like, you read the kind of things that these people would, like, do in their middle school, and how they would, like, go into a place and, like, trash a place and be like, that's fine, my daddy has the money to pay for it anyway. And then you're like, yeah, these are the kind of people that are leading the country now. Cool. Cool, cool. Though we do get to laugh at them sometimes. Like, the time when Boris Johnson was in charge. And he really didn't want to face a controversy, and journalist has cornered him. So he, thinking that there was, like, an extra door for him to walk through, walked into a fridge. And then the guy kind of just waited around in the fridge, thinking that maybe people will leave if he just stands around in the fridge for long enough. People did not leave. But it became really funny for everybody else. And it became a meme for a while. And I appreciate that. Yeah! We had jokes about Prime Minister in the fridge for a while. Do? Yes? Hello?
You are so rude, disrupting a lady's musical moment.
It won't happen again.
Speak. What is it that brings you here?
Miss Dodo Bear, Earlier you said, if we ever find ourselves needing help, we can come to you.
What is Stoneville like, Miss Dodo Bear?
As a lady, I keep my word. And I have something important to tell you. It's about the Prophet.
That's just what we need.
Tell me more about the Prophet, Miss Dodo Bear.
It was purely by accident, but that rude wish envoy locked me away. Just because I accidentally overheard him speaking to the Prophet. Unfortunately, I didn't get a good look at him. Their conversation was about the Flamecrest Festival being held in Stoneville.
Flamecrest Festival? So, that must be their goal.
They also mentioned the name, Giovani. Those two are up to no good. And this Giovani definitely sounds like their next target.
Giovani? You mean the merchant? The one who sells the wish flight paper?
I wanna
don't
touch
know.
her.
What I do know is
Not Nikki, but Miss Dodo Bear.
in Stoneville.
So Giovani...
She looks like she would be like a squishy toy.
Thank you for the information, Miss Dodo
Like,
Bear. I appreciate it.
Squish.
Don't mention it.
I wouldn't want to hurt her, but like, she seems so soft.
A lady returning the favor. You seem like you're in a rush. Do you know how to get to Stoneville? From the Meadow Activity Support Center, keep walking straight ahead. When you come across the towering stones, you'll know you've arrived. You should hurry, otherwise you'll miss the festival.
Nikki, why do you think the Wish Envoy and the Prophet want Giovani?
Who knows? But we need to find him.
Yeah, the only reason why I said that was because we were talking about sentient clothing. Ah! Level up! That is so close. Go to the entrance of Stoneville and ask around. I feel like I wanted to do something, but I forgot what it was. Oh, right. Oh, wait. No. This is good. This is good. We can go to the entrance of Stoneville. Because there is this giant pole thingy. I'm gonna use the giant pole thingy in order to probably do one fight in the dark, because it will allow us to craft a piece of clothing. I like crafting clothing. It's very cool. I might be out of raw materials, though. Actually, how are we doing here? We don't know what aroma lilies are yet. So... we would need 2 energy here. Okay, we can make a shirt and hair. And I think I need energy for something else. And there's like a big pole over here. Yeah, I will actively try not to talk about politics in like the next streams, because this is a happy time and we don't need to remember everything that's wrong in the world. See, there's a little girl in a fairy costume.
You'll regret keeping me out. You're missing out on the world's greatest beauty products. All at
Also known as an actual fairy.
Ha! Not even for 50%. For a little kid, you've got some attitude. We don't deal with anyone from
To
that
be fair, I
perspective.
don't know what Nikki does.
We've heard all
Like,
about
maybe she's
the
just
makeup
super
artist
fast
making
at
beauty
sewing.
products in the wishing woods, along with a bunch of nonsense.
He
fairy
came in and
sprites.
he
Sax
wanted
and
to come
Flourish
out.
Might buy into that, but not us.
So he was one of
Hurry on, we're
the
not welcome
cats
in
that I let out
Stoneville.
today.
There's no business for you here.
But... huh. Enough! I'm gonna let that go. I've got a very important client waiting. You wait. I'll be back. I won't give up.
Wait, teammates?
At least Timus looks like she cares about her
She
outfit.
ran off in a huff. She didn't know
She's
us at all.
recognizable, the outfit is nice and tidy.
Sprites.
She's not wearing a potato sack.
And who are you?
I appreciate that your shirt is very dyed, but it still looks like you're wearing potato sacks. We are definitely not
Traveling stylist who
PCs.
just arrived. I'm Nikki, and this is Momo.
Yep, I'm Momo.
Are you the one? The brilliant and courageous stylist rumored to have battled none other than the Wish Envoy?
It's a me!
Yep, that's me.
I've heard the Wish Envoy has a Fey-Wish sprite as his puppet. Is it true?
So, you're a gossip.
Little kitty, I'm past my prime. If it weren't for juicy gossip, I'd have never agreed to patrol the village entrance for Spindle. Huh. A long time ago, old Pietro used to be the most promising lad in the village. So, you're here. Must be for the coma cases. Continuing the investigation? I understand. Gotta stay low-key. But any info you can
Anything
share?
I can share with others?
Mr. Pietro, although we've caught the Wish Envoy, there's someone even more mysterious behind him. The Prophet. Based on all the intel, it seems like the next target might be Giovani.
What? They're after Giovani? He's the lad who brought miracles back to Stoneville. We can't let him be next. No. He's been in the Stoneville market lately, selling his wish flight paper. It's pretty far. It'll take time to get there.
Uncle Pietro!
I don't understand that YouTube thing either. I think you get points for messages, but I'm not sure. Oh my god, what's happening to the horse? Oh no, that's not correct!
Louise! I'm only 46 years young. My hearing is
Thank
gone.
goodness her horse is now in the
I don't
right
think
place.
Your dad is back yet. Also, Louise, this is Nikki, a stylist from out of town. She's a nice girl like yourself. Can you give her a ride to see Giovani? It's important.
Of course. Hi there, I'm Louise, and I'm a stylist like you.
Don't worry, I'm gonna be
I'm from
finishing my
Dodo.
stream soon enough.
My favorite crafting material is scarf worms.
So far, I like them all. No favorites.
I saved the chit-chat.
There's not much cool
You
stuff
two
to
hurry
miss.
up. Quickly, get in the carriage. Louisa's father is this village's wish collector. She'll help you find Giovani, and I can take a nap. Let's hope Giovani is still at the market. May the silver gale be with you.
I whispered it, sweet nothings. We're not gonna take the ride in here. I wanted to do something, and I think it was the Realm of the Dark. I want energy, yes. And this is how you get some crafting materials. They can be, like, really not nice to collect. Oh, another thing, people actually come in here and try to, like, jump out of the arena and glitch outside the bounds to take cool pictures because the background is really cool. So, the idea is to actually fight the boss. But he got stuck. So, this is weird. You okay? Do I have to suicide? Will it help if I do? How did that happen? Like... Excuse me? Come on! You can do it! You good? I think this one's broken. Yeah, normally he does things. If I tried any other one, would that work? Because otherwise, obviously, we're waiting for them to patch this, but... Like, normally people don't actually notice because what they use is quick battle. So... Will you move if I do any other ones? No, that's interesting. Maybe it's the point of the story that I'm at? Like... Maybe because the cart is waiting? My dude's just chilling in here. He's good with this. He's like, I have checked out of life. You can't convince me otherwise. I might need to do Realm of Nourishment sometimes later. For now, let's just have some extra bubbles and we're gonna call it a day there because my giant monstrosity is stuck. So I can't get materials and I can't craft clothes. So we're just gonna expect it to fix itself once I continue the main story, or for the game to get an update that fixes it, because it'd be a bit brokey now at the moment. I thought, what? Am I like disconnecting? Is that what's happening? Because not be dead, yo. Can I craft anything without it? Yeah, I can craft a shirt. So we can still have a shirt. And we can craft this pant. So we can have this new pant. And the heck is beautiful day. Alright, it's just the bow at the moment, but we can have the bow. Obviously we have all the ability outfits, we don't have the miracle outfit. So that is what we can have. And we have what we can have. So that is what we have. When we continue, we're gonna be riding this cart into Stonewell and exploring Stonewell and doing the story over there. And hopefully the giant monster will fix itself so that I can get crafting materials off him. And for now, it is pretty, but we still can't have it. We're gonna have it later. Hey, thank you for the heartsies. Yeah, for now, thank you all for watching so much. That is the wrong image, but in theory, thank you for my current Patreon supporters. And I hope I'm gonna see you in my other videos or streams. I'm gonna be uploading later this Wednesday because I'm gonna be recording the second part of the update and rendering it before uploading. So expect that video to be a bit late, but it's still coming on Wednesday. So what's next is the rest of 1.8 update for Infinity Nikki. Hope I'm gonna see you for that. Have a Vampire the Masquerade video for Friday. And if everything goes well, then we're gonna have a stream next Monday again. Thank you all for watching, thank you all for being here, and I hope that I'm gonna see you on my other stuff. Toodaloo.